Yeah, we don't really have much turning, and we ain't got much manpower either. But
Hey.
I mean, we're gonna get a John Deere down there to help. If I can pull it off right here, I think we can at least be angled right. It's gonna be ugly. Test a few more, my welds.
So far, so good, though.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do. Well, we got it off the trailer. That was actually a task, wasn't it?
Yeah, now what?
Like I said, I think I'm just gonna try to push on it right there at the parachute thing. See if I can just push it in there. That's the steering's the problem. Steering is definitely the problem. Not only is the Moonshiner hurt, a lot of people don't know, but after everybody left, I let old Piston off his leash and took him out on the track to show my boys just how fast Piston is. And we made two passes. I had the Raptor out there, so he was running pretty hard, and I didn't realize that, you know, we run him out here on the dirt all the time, and when he was putting the brakes on, because I made 2 laps, about, I don't know, 150 feet or so, made 2 laps racing him, it ripped his freaking paws off of his little pads off of his feet. I'm gonna show him, Piston. So you got him right there, and got him right there. So I got one of the racers' wives a whole bottle of hydrogen peroxide, and we cleaned up his feet, and we been hitting him hydrogen peroxide, but he ain't interested in the Moonshiner, the 4-wheeler. He ain't interested in nothing. He ain't walking. He did walk out the front steps this morning, and he got to the rocks, and I seen the pain, so I just picked him up and set him here, and he ain't moved since. So
he's recovering today.
Tailgate throwdown was tough on us, wasn't it, bud? But me and Miss Shine's still working on getting the Moonshiner back in here so we can get it going, so we can come back and kick everybody's ass. So we gotta get back to that. Gotta stop playing. Okay. Damn fender's on the ground, but I got no choice but take the bucket, put it up against that parachute mount, just go with it. If Honest Tim was here, he'd have a better idea. I was just acting stupid. Let's get it done. I'm trying to take the slick off while we're rolling shit. Sorry. It's doing great though. You're still going good. Look at this shit. Woo, country boy can't survive, come on. Yeah, it's okay. Well, that just looks mother grunion up thing. Hey. You let me down, Bo, you let me down. No, he said you let me down. Note to self, Kevin is the driver, not the tuner.
Leave my baby alone.
I'm just saying, he did a terrible job at tuning.
You leave my baby alone.
I let him tune the truck's second pass, he totals it. He's the driver. Whew. But I had a lot of confidence in this old truck. It's been like, I don't know how long I've been racing it. Probably 10 years, baby. What do you think, 10 years? About 10 years. We've never had any damage. I did smack the tree one time back before we had anti-roll and cage and all that. It pulled a big old massive wheelie, and I lost control of the truck. Hit the tree, slapped it with the back fender back there. I still won the race, though. I'm just gonna say, just to be clear, we did still get through light. both lights, the wind light and the tree light. But that's the most damage it's ever had. This is definitely a little different, but you know what? I knows what I built. I knows it's a shit box. And we all know I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna get right back out there. I'm gonna put Kevin back in the driver's seat, and we're gonna give it hell. So at the end of the day, this is what we're looking at. This is all I really see. These are the plates that I just put on. It ripped it loose. It ripped it loose right here because I don't weld worth a shit, and broke my weld inside there that was welded to this tube. That tube is the one back here. It's welded to the bottom of the frame rail, runs up and kind of ties into this shit show right here. So it literally is just ripping that plate off that I just put on there. So I'll probably just cut that shit off and redo it again. Obviously all this square tubing and stuff that I just got done working on, I bought like 20 foot, so I already have that. I'm good. I don't have much pipe, so I have to get some more roll cage material, and maybe I'll weld this one up a little better. When it comes over to this side, obviously the initial impact was the pull bar. It rolled it up, which was kind of great because it started the impact and slowing down the hit. It rolled up there. You can see where this was on the concrete. It's amazing. I mean, look how close it is to that catch can, but it did not hit it. You can put paper through there. It didn't hit it. So it bent this one back, but when it bent this one back, it bent a little different. I don't know why, but it broke the weld from this bar right here that was welded, was here. It pushed it back. It broke the weld loose and pushed it back with this dent here. You can see what happened, and rolled that up. So I don't see why I can't just go ahead and just cut all that shit back out of there, beat that tube back over there, put a good weld on it, and fabricate a new piece of plate, put a new shit in here. Don't ever drill holes in your roll cage. Look at that. That hole was from these lights, but that's definitely made it the weaker spot, didn't it? So anyways, that's, to be honest with you, that's the only damage I see here and there. And then when I come down to the rack, I guess by looking at the wheel right here, you can see that it pushed the tire back this way, actually breaking the rack and pinion right there. So, and then I noticed, because it still wasn't steering good, and I was like, well, I mean, I know it pulled that apart, but it still should steer somewhat right? And I couldn't figure out why. I know I struggled getting all these heim joints in there to get this thing to steer good, and it was steering good, and then I noticed, you can't tell now, but this rod moved. This rod came, it's shiny right there, everything's painted, but right there it's shiny. That rod moved probably a ½ an inch out. I don't know if that was just from the force of it hitting the wall, or if that was his arms tightened and his, I mean, let me see. I ain't clowning on my driver, but I'm just saying, I think he did bust the ass out of his pants, man. Anyways, didn't get my headers. I mean, it ripped right around my headers. I actually think I can save this whole piece at the top, because where it broke apart at is, this is the inner fender. There was nothing in those fenders, so it's not, you know, I unbolt that right there. This is still good all the way across. Little bit down right there, but I mean, I can work with that. I don't think I can save the deal, the phantom grill that I just put in there, but same with this fender. It went right around the header, man, right around the header. So no big issue there. And this bumper right here, I told Miss Shawn, I was like, man, what if I just started bending it and I bent it back right and put it back on there gangster as a mother grunion? You know what I mean? Just put it back on there, dent it up, scratched up, you know? play the part, baby. Play the part. I don't know. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with y'all. That's a stint of the damage on the Moonshiner. It's not that awful. I mean, everybody was talking about the frame rails are bent and all that. And guys, those frame rails have been bent since a long time ago. So the two big things that the Moonshiners need right now is these wheels right here. These are Bogart's 5-on-5 12-inch wheel. Probably hard to find. I might get another set of them. I gotta get these were super light wheels. SFI. I have to have legit racing wheels on the back of this truck though. It's got to be a SFI. It's got to have a tag on it, or at least one day it did have a tag. So 5-on-5, 12-inch, 15. If you think you might got them, you might want to holler at me and see if we can do some backspace measuring and stuff. Because I plan on putting it back together just like it was. I tell you, Tailgate Throwdown is the best group of guys in the world. The world's largest truck race. I can't put it into words. Just because we're promoting it doesn't mean I'm just like, this is real. It's real, guys, and I'm gonna tell you why it's real. See this crashed up piece of shit right here? Even though I crashed my truck up, I didn't crash it. Kevin Cat crashed it. Let's be correct about that. I drove that truck for 8 years, never scratched it. He drove it for 2 and totaled it. All right, let's get back to the real thing though. Check this out. Because the truck was tore up, other racers got involved and they put me a care package together. Check this out. All soakers. 2 pair of good working gloves, right? Safety glasses so when I start cutting this shit off of this thing. Hand towels so when I get dirty. More hand towels because it's gonna be a hell of a mess. Glass cleaner so when I'm ready to rock and roll, I'll be ready to rock and roll. Brake cleaner because we like to sniff this shit when ain't nobody looking. Brake fluid because you know we tore the whole front of this thing off. Engine degreaser just because the hell of it. And knocker loose stuff. I mean, this is a nice package here. It costs a lot of money to buy all that stuff you run down here. All came in a sweet bucket. Come on. Thanks, guys. Welcome to Tailgate Throwdown, the greatest group of guys you've ever met, ever raced with. Period. Hands down. Tailgate Throwdown. Just hear me out. Just hear me out. Burnout box. Come on. Let's go. I drilled out the old rally wheel from the tire store down there. Fit the 5/8. I mean, it don't quite fit, but yeah. Slowly messing with it, trying to get it to set back up on all fours. Tore the front clip off of it last night on the live feed. Some of y'all were in there, hung out with me, I appreciate that. But now I haven't really been able to look at the truck because the truck was, you know, sitting like that because the back tire was down. But now that I got the truck together, now that I got the truck, you know, all squared down, I'm gonna start looking at, you know, what's square and what ain't square. I'm no frame magician, but I can read a measuring tape. So I'm gonna do some measuring, probably start with, you know, maybe the ground to this hole right here. I don't know, with those shocks and stuff, I put everything on 0. Springs are not cut right. They're exactly the same, so I really can't count on that as much as I would like to, because one possibly could be a little bit more than the other. I did notice where the rack was really bent up right there. I mean, that baby it's like And I also noticed it. I'm wondering how this boot would get moved. You can obviously see, well, right there where it was. It's like, I don't know what would have grabbed it. Like, took off with it. Let's just look. It's hard to trust where the frame's setting because, well, with the QA1, I could, you know, I got them all on 0. That's the best I can do. All right. The bottom of that hole from the concrete here at Moonshiner Garage, which is pretty damn level because I didn't do it. I actually paid somebody. 19 inches. We're 19 inches to right there. Let's take around to the other side. You know, it's important to know, guys, that, you know, I kid around when I say, like, I ain't no frameologist or, you know, all that. I literally don't know what I'm doing. So you're gonna see me make a lot of mistakes. I'm out here by myself. Now, I'm not a smart man, but that says 19 and a half right there, guys. So on that side it says 19, this side says 19 and a half. What if I got on there and jumped around a little bit? Would it change it or would it be 9 and a half? Let's look and see. Get my fat ass up there. Is the spring different, you know? Is the spring different? It ain't like this bad boy's got factory springs on it. What'd I say it was a while ago?
19 or 19 and a half.
Now it's 19 and an eighth. Let's go back and look at the other side again. How do I trust this? I should have took on like dirt tracks or some shit. What the hell? Move the wires out of the way, Thomas. And some of the people I work with right here, they're not very bright. This guy runs the tape measure. Dude, it's just measuring. How hard can it be? But we're 18 3/4. So it's kind of both. Miss Sean came up with a great idea, and that was we should measure from the top of this bolt to the concrete and see where we're at. Even if it crammed that up, it would have to drag that with it. Here he goes with the tape measure again.
And the glasses.
And he can't see. Okay. Do that shit again, you pop. Okay. Top of the bolt, I mean, is just a hair under 10 inches. Just a hair. This one is 10 1/4. Okay. Now let's measure from the top of this bolt to the ground. Let's see what it says. That baby's sitting at a solid, actually it's not solid, it's just under 21 1/4. We'll roll over here to this other side. That baby. Oh, you know what? I gotta turn the nut. I'm gonna have to turn this measure. Anybody remember what the measurement was on the other side?
21 1/4.
Well, this bad boy says 20 3/4. So again, that side was 1/4 inch higher than this side. Seems like no matter what I measure, it ends up being that. And those are pretty steady points right there. You know, they don't move. All this stuff can move, but those, they stay pretty solid. So, it's looking like to me, we probably got about 1/4 inch out. Now, I don't know, it's like, do we pull the motor, send it to a frame shop, and then bring it back and box in the frame, put it back together and go racing? Or do we tubular front the whole front and end up having to buy struts and build strut towers and redo the roll cage and the mid plates and all that good stuff. Because that's exactly what it'll grow into. They'll be like, oh yeah, but you can't use these control arms, blah, 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 blah. I see dirty. I mean, this truck's just filthy. I'm just looking. I see the hub leaking over there. Rear end is leaking a little there. That one's leaking. Both rear end seals are leaking. And the third member's leaking. Got a nice carbon fiber drive shaft. A city drive shaft. Let's see. Oh. Oh yeah. That's not right. That should look like that. Hey, a little bit more evidence is right there at the end of my light. You can see it looks like it shifted a little bit. A little gap in there on the mid plate. And you spin around to this side on the mid plate, kind of see the same thing. Maybe the motor tried to shove forward a little bit. Maybe he hit the wall a little harder than we like to think. Yeah, you see the hole in the bottom of that? It's supposed to be over there. That's the transmission cross member. Thought I'd hit it and give it a little whack, see what it does. What do y'all think? It moved a little, but then it came back. Might have to sleep on this one, guys. We're going to measure from the frame to that drop of transmission blood that's sitting there leaking, and that's between. Okay, so the seam of that transmission is 17 1/4 on the mother grunion. Okay, 17 1/4 on the mother grunion. So this one would be 17 1/4. Yeah, that's good. All right, guys, we have thoroughly looked over the Moonshiner front and back, and I initially didn't think it was too bad, but after going over everything that we went over last night and then sleeping on it throughout the night, thinking about what would be the smartest thing to do, I know everybody would be like, just cut the front off and tube it up and all that, but I'll just be honest with you, I don't have the money. We're talking about K-member, we're talking about struts, we're talking about strut towers, we're talking about new spindles, we're talking about brakes, we're talking about all that stuff. And if I was to do all that, it'd still be a shit box. I don't have the monies to make that stuff happen. I would end up building it all myself. So then I'd be in the same boat that I'm in now, because this is not like a race car shop. This is just a fun shop with a guy that likes the shit out of hot rods but tries to do it all himself. I feel like Moonshiner is kind of like the pace set for Tailgate Throwdown. It's to show everybody that we don't have to be the fastest in the world to go out there and have the same exact fun that everybody else is having and put on one hell of a show. We've already proved that the regular Joe grassroots racer with what he built in his shop can make it happen. So with that being said, I've cleaned up the shop next door. Put my Trans Ams up for sale. I'm gonna abandon that project and probably gonna pull the motor transmission out of the Moonshiner and take it to a frame shop, get the frame straightened back out, box the rest of the frame in, put a couple small braces in there that I see now that it should have had from the get-go, and go back to Tailgate Throwdown and go back to racing. That's bottom line. So right now I'm sitting inside the Moonshiner. Me and Miss Shine have already checked for leaks and make sure we wasn't leaking nothing. Actually, everything's still working in here. I'm fixing to see if it'll light up again and move it next door for start pulling the motor and stuff out of it, and so that we can go get this frame straightened out. So that's the future of the Moonshiner. So I just want to share that with you. I'm glad all y'all follow along with Moonshiner Garage, and don't forget to hit the like, the subscribe, comment below, and Get this thing moving.
This thing fire up. We're going back to tailgate throwdown, baby.
Ooh, doggy.